안녕하세요, 물고기 친구들. Welcome back. So we are going to talk about the date. How do we say the date in Korean? We're gonna learn about how to use numbers to say the date. Let's get through it. In order to use date, we need to know up to 1,000 actually. So we are using the 한자 숫자, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the numbers we have to use for date. Well, we've learned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 11, 12 is all same, right? And then what about 20? What was 20? 2 10, so 20, right? But what about 100? 100 in Korean is 100. 100. So, for example, 200, 300, 400, 500, right? It's easy to put it. The Chinese numbers are way too simple compared to the Korean numbers. So here we go. What about 1,000? 1,000 in Korean is 1,000. 1,000. So this year is 2022. So 2,000, 2020, 20, and then 2022. And we do need to put one more thing. So 2022 or 2022. In English, as simple as it is. However, in Korean, we need to put a counter for the year. We need to represent what we are talking about. So we need to say the year after. It's kind of a marker, like that's a year, right? So 2022년. 년 for the year. 월 for month, and 일 for the date. Now we need to learn about the January, February, March, blah, blah, blah. Months are actually super simple in Korean. We just need to use the number for each month. So the first January will be just simply 1월, and February will be 2월, and March will be 3월, right? And it goes all the way up, right? So the December will be 12월. What we need to pay attention here is actually pronunciation of two exceptions. So there are two specific ones that we actually pronounce differently, which is the June, which is 6월. We don't say 6월, it's 6월. 6월, I don't know how, but we decided to make it a bit softer. Instead of 6월, 6월, we say 6월. And another one is 10월, which is October. October changed the sounds as well, so it's not 10월. I mean, originally it's from 10 plus 월, so 10월. But no, the sound is way too strong, maybe. That's probably the reason why we change it to soft. So, 10월, 10월. So just be careful with these two exceptions. Let's say it together. 1월, 2월, 3월, 4월, 5월, 6월, 7월, 8월, 9월, 10월, 11월, 12월. Very good, not too bad. So this month at the moment it's August. So 2022년 August 8월, right? 8월. And then the date is 26 actually. So today is 26th. So let's say 26, 26, 26. The pronunciation actually slightly changed to softer way, right? 26, 26일, 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 26일. And that's what it is. And if you want to put the days, for example, like today is a Friday, so let's put Friday, then you need to put it after you say the year, month, and date, and then the day, all right? But we were not going to talk about the days. You actually can just search it online, right? You can open up your dictionary and have a look. But in this lesson, we're not going to cover this one yet, okay? So, year, month, and day. I want you to make some sentences. How would you say today is, 오늘 is today, 오늘은 2022년 8월 26일이에요. Very good. Don't forget 이에요 in the end. Of course, when you're talking about today, if somebody asks you, like, what's the date today, then of course you don't really have to say the year, but we are practicing right now, so we're going to put year at the moment, all right? But yeah, in general, we don't really need to say the year. What about this? My birthday is this. So let's actually skip the year, all right? My birthday is something. Actually, my birthday is the 4th of January. So let's actually put that. So, 제 생일은 1월 4일이에요. Very good. 제 생일은 1월 4일이에요. Not bad. What about this one? A year is 365 days. How'd you say? It's still the same. You need to say 1 year. We already know year counter. So 1 year, 1년은, right? 1년은 300, 360, 65일. Don't forget, 일이에요. 1년은 365일이에요. 1년은 365일이에요. Very good. So we did learn about how to make a question, right? So let's actually ask the date. So what's the date today? In order to make a question, the rule applies the same. If you don't know how to say this, please watch this video. All right, I put the link on top. To make a question, the number we need to replace, right? 몇 월, 몇 일, yes, we definitely need to say this, but there's one exception here as well. You definitely need to remember this. Very important. This time, this 몇 일, this part, it changes to 며칠. Not only the pronunciation, it does change the spelling itself as well. So instead of writing 몇 일, we have to attach together and say 며칠. 며칠. 몇 월 며칠이에요? 오늘 몇 월 며칠이에요? Of course, we can skip 은, the subject particle, because it's kind of an obvious sentence. Today, what date is it? Same, right? So we can skip the subject particle sometimes, like that. 오늘 몇 월 며칠이에요? Simple. 오늘 며칠이에요? Also possible, right? All right, this is the way we use the date. And there is other things I want to go over. So the first, yes, of course, we can say 1일, 2일, 3일, 4일. Of course, we can say that. However, we do have our own, the Korean native terms, like the words we say, those 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, those words. Let's figure it out. Korean. First one day. 하루. Yes, we do have a word. 1 day. All right? 하루. 2 days. 이틀. 3 days. 사흘. Don't be confused with this one because as I said, this is a native number. Lots of people, they get confused by 사흘 as in number 4 in Chinese number. No, it's not about that. It's about the 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, right? 셋, that's where they come from. 사흘 is number 3, 3 days. 나흘, 4 days. Very good. And we do have other words as well, like 닷새, 엿새, 일회, 여드레, 아흐레. These words, to be honest, it's not really important. We are slowly not using those these days. So just focus on the 1 to 4 days, yeah? And maybe up to 닷새, maybe. That's possible to use, but lots of modern world right now, like modern Koreans, we started to not use those words as much as before, but it's definitely good to know. Definitely 하루 이틀 for sure. 사흘 나흘 additional, I would say 10 days is actually quite common, which is 열흘, 열흘, 열흘. This one is definitely well used. And another one extra word, sorry. There are quite a lot, right, to remember. This one is 15 days. 15 days in Korean, we call it 보름. 보름. There we go, 보름. So 보름, somehow we do use it as well. In the countries who have the Chinese cultural background behind, like Korea, it was very influenced by Chinese culture as well quite a while ago, right? So same thing, we do have this idea of the moon calendar, yeah? We do consider the moon very important as well. So the moon, we say 달, right? 달 is the moon. And funny thing, the moon takes 15 days to become a full, right? So that's why the 15 days is quite important in Korean. So 보름 is definitely an essential word to know, I would say. All right. So, okay, I'm not going to add more here. All right. So these are the days I want you guys to remember because we're going to use it quite often when we start making like, you know, the solid sentences, right? Which is not that far away. Korean. All right, and another one. We need to learn how to say the weeks, right? 1 week. So week counter is 주. And again, as I said earlier, date is 한자 숫자. We need to use the 한자 숫자 for this one as well. 일주. However, this one is special. 1 week is somehow special. So we say 일주일. 일주일. That's 1 week. 일주일. All right? And 2 weeks will be 2주. 3주, 4주, 5주. It's all same, right? And what about month? Right? How do you say 1 month? So month, there are 2 different ways of saying. One is with the Chinese numbers and the other is the Korean number. So let's actually go through the Chinese number one first. So 1, and then we are counting the month because if we just put it as 월 directly, then it becomes January, right? So 1월 is January, so we need to count the month. So we need to put 개. Remember this counter? 개, object counter, right? So 1개월, 2개월, 3개월, 4개월. That's the way with the Chinese characters counting months. And the other way is the Korean month. So 한 달. Do you remember this 달? 달, yes, that's correct. That was a moon, right? The moon, the whole cycle of the moon, it's 1 month. So we use 달 for this, yeah? Actually, 월 in Chinese and 달 is exact same meaning, all right? So anyways, 달, 한 달. Yes, we are using the Korean numbers. So these numbers are exceptional. Say counting month. These are the common one we say instead of 1개월, 2개월, 3개월. 한 달, 2달, 3달, 4달, 5달. Those months are way more common to use. So you definitely need to remember this, right? Very good. So these are all about the dates. How was it? It's not too bad. They're just like a bunch of words we have to remember. And I do recommend to memorize those words. I know it might take some time, but I definitely need you guys to do it in order to say some quite decent sentences in Korean, which we're gonna learn very soon. So don't forget that, all right? And next lesson, we're gonna learn about other things. So the numbers are not done yet. So see you next lesson. All right, 안녕히 계세요.